Um, I just did another commentary on this worthless mutt movie called DC League of Super Pets. Um, I should have done a bit more of my research on this movie before I made some comments. Um, I'm a big fan of the DC stuff. I know my stuff, but it's just so the DC Super Pets. I really don't know anything about them. At first glance, I thought this worthless mutt was a bully breed, was a pit bull. I thought both of these are pit bull, were bully breeds, and um, but based on the comics and the details or information regarding this movie, this, even though it looks like a pit bull, this looks like a bully breed. This looks like 100% bully breed. Is actually a Labrador Retriever. So this thing is an actual Labrador Retriever. The one beside it's those um ADHD boxer dogs. And I thought this was a pit bull. This looked like a pit bull to me. This looked nothing like a Labrador. Um, yeah. So they share some similarities, but you look at this, and you look at this, and you look at this. This looks more like the bully breed. It does. Am I wrong? In the comics, um, he's a Labrador, and this actually looks like a Labrador. In the comics, he actually looks like a worthless Labrador. And I would not, look at the comics, I would not say this is a worthless pit bull. This one looks like a Labrador. This looks like I guess a lab, or that I don't know, that South American dog. I forgot what it's called, but again, this looks like a Labrador. But you look at this movie, this looks like a pit bull. This looks like a shit bull. And I think that's what they were going for. I think that's what they were going for. They're going for a pit bull. Um, in the comics, the Bat Hound. This Bat Hound was actually a German Shepherd, but in the movie, they changed it to a bully breed, the ADHD boxer breed. See, so in the comics, it was a German Shepherd, but somehow in the movie they decided to um, make it into a boxer, worthless boxer. But it looks like a straight up pit bull. It looks like a pit bull to me. And as the movie was coming out, they were talking about air cropping. But again, all I'm gonna say is, again, dog lovers are more abusive to dogs than I ever have been. They cut off their testicles. They paint their dogs. They dress them up like garbage. They cut their ears, their tails. Well, I have never laid a finger on in the last what? Say 25, last maybe 21 years, I've never laid a finger on a worthless mutt. Never even came close to one. If I see one coming my way on the same sidewalk, I am crossing the other way. I'm literally not even crossing the sidewalk. I'm jumping on a plane and getting far away from this dog. So apparently this is a lab. It's supposed to be a Labrador, but this looks nothing like a lab. In the movie, it looked nothing like a lab. When you first see it, it looks like a pit bull. This looks like a lab. This looks like a lab. Or maybe they thought this was too ugly to put in the movie. So they kind of redesigned it to make it look, I think, at least decently better. Like, would it make sense to have this ugly thing in a children's movie? Maybe that's why they changed it, because this thing looks ugly. Like, this looks ugly. Imagine this in the place of this. So maybe they redesigned it and somehow it looked like a worthless pit bull. And you can tell, but like pit bulls, some of them are muscled up. You can't see muscles like this on a Labrador. On a pit bull, you can. Pit bulls don't have like long fur. Labradors, some of them actually have longish or furry fur. But pit bulls have like some I don't know, like silky fur. I don't know what to call it. I've never seen a hairy pit bull. So The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. So as they were promoting this garbage movie, guess what happened? He gave away a pit bull, a shit bull. Gave away a shit bull. This is a pit bull. No doubt this is a pit bull. He gave away a pit bull to a family. And these people are clueless and ignorant. Clueless and ignorant. And they're receiving this thing. A bully breed. And I remember one long time ago, that I found out the Rock was a dog that after he saved 2 worthless mutts. But now it's like he's promoting this dog nuttery. And this is what the People's Dog Nutter says. Stuff like this will always be the best part of my job. I love surprising audiences. You can do better, man. Man, Rock, I used to be a big supporter of you back in the day when I was a child, sitting up late at night on Raw and SmackDown, watching you whoop Candy ass, watching you smell what The Rock is cooking. But now, man, you're really pushing this dog nuttery. You're part of this now. And you gave away a pit bull? Maybe they told you to give it away. I don't know, but I see you doing it. You gave away a pit bull. You could have said no and walked away. This looks like a pit bull. Does not look like a lab. Man. How'd I get here? The Rock. And I read the comments and no one mentioned anything about this. No one mentioned anything. Tell me this is not a pitbull. Is this not a pitbull? The Rock is opening the door for someone to get mauled. The people's champ. The people's dog nut now. Man, I used to be a big supporter of The Rock back in the day. Man, those days watching Raw. The main reason why I watched it was because of The Rock. The Rock was the biggest draw back then. But now that I find out that he's a true pitbull nutter, a true dog nutter, it's like, man, I can't support this guy anymore, man. I gotta find, get like Will Smith's Equalizer in Men in Black and just zap that memory out, man. Because this makes me upset. People's champ giving away a worthless pitbull. Yeah, so they're saying this is a Labrador, and I disagree. I think they're just covering things up. Boxers, again, they're part of the bully breed thing. See? In the comics, it actually looks like a lab. But in the movie, it looks like a pit bull. Straight up bully breed. Just pushing this dog nut propaganda. Again, they always use the term pets. And they're really just talking about dogs. They mention pets. The movie has a cat, guinea pigs, turtle, a squirrel, a pig. But all you see is dogs. Dogs. It's just dogs. They call it super pets, but it's all about dogs. And again, this is just to push this dog nuttery agenda on children. I think that's part of their plan. Children watching this, they look at this and they think, oh, this dog is great. It's positive. And they're going to associate pit bulls as being positive. They get a pit bull, they walk up to a pit bull. Next thing you know, their fingers have been ripped off. And they talk about pets, but all they do is mention dogs. I want to see how many times they mention dog. Only twice. Yeah. They have similar traits. See, again, this one right here looks like the one in the movie. No doubt. But they want to call it a lab. It's not a lab. Not a lab. And I saw somewhere, I don't know where I found it, man. Never mind. It's a pit bull. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of correct myself in a way. It's not really a correction, but it's more like to highlight what I said. And because I often, after I finish watching a movie, I always read about it, read about the actors, the history, the references, like things like that, and found out this is a Labrador. This is no lab. This is no lab mix. This is a straight up pit bull. Ever see a lab with this kind of definition of muscles? Never. Never in my life. But so it's go. Crop ears. Man. They're all excited for a freaking dog. A freaking dog. They're not excited to see the great one. The so-called great. I can't call him great anymore, man. I used to call this guy the great one, man, back in the day. But now after this, he ain't the great one. This is the dog nutter one. Man. And after that, F the Rock, man. F this guy. F him, man. And honestly, he really only had like out of all movies he's made, there's only one movie that I thought he was the best at. And that was the Gridiron Gang. That's probably his best movie. Everything else he's been doing has been like so-called comedy, but it's like, who cares? Who cares? Reboots, who cares? Things like Super Pets, who cares? But Gridiron Gang was one of his best. And it's shown that this guy can, he can go. He can portray characters. But now it's like all he's been a part of is these bad movies. Like Jumanji, all the other Kevin Hart crap. Man, anyways, I'm done, man. Again, continue to have a dog-free day, week, month, and stay strapped and protect yourself, your family. Know who in the neighborhood has a dog. Stay keen, be aware, and have a good night.